Hello, my name is David Desantis, and I am doing this video to let dealers know a little bit about our Dadz Dealer Internet Consulting Service. Our service is focused on your internet department's operations, and it doesn't matter whether you have a large internet department, a small internet department, or if you are just starting and you're deciding whether you want to create an internet department for your dealership. I'm going to go through some of our training topics that we cover through our system that we teach, and one of the things that we do is we do an initial phone consultation with the principal members of the dealership and go over a little bit about what your wants and needs are for your internet department, if you're starting one or whether you have one going now, and so let's go into that and take a look at these topics that we cover. And this is kind of an overview of our training. There is what a lot of dealers don't understand and a lot of managers don't understand with the whole internet thing and the internet departments is there is a lot of stuff that goes into having an effective internet department operation. And your internet managers, if you are taking full advantage of all the things that are out there as far as the internet goes and so forth, your internet managers are just as important as your regular operations managers. I mean, they are running a location, a second location, if you will, of your dealership. And that location, just like your physical location, can generate an immense amount of revenue for the dealership. And it's not just through sales, but also for your service department, for your parts department. It's almost a dealership in and of itself. You just can't physically touch it, and that's where the confusion is for people, is making that connection. Once you make that connection and realize the full potential and use the full potential of the internet, your revenue is going to grow immensely. And in the time that I've been dealing with in looking at the boat industry overall and looking at dealer websites and so forth, I can honestly tell you this, that 99% of the dealerships are behind with the internet stuff. And that creates a huge opportunity for dealerships to get themselves in order and to really become a forefront leader with their internet operations. Even the biggest competitor out there, MarineMax, they're even behind in their internet operations, and I can tell that just by looking at their websites. And so you want to, now is the time to make the changes. And so with our internet training stuff that we do, training topics, some of the stuff is the internet customers. Who are your customers? What are your customers looking for? What's the difference between an internet customer as opposed to a brick and mortar customer? Improving your dealer website. How is your dealer website now? How is the functionality of it? And so forth. The buyer mindset, extremely critical in effectively listing online. You need to keep in mind that buyer mindset. We go into the buyer mindset and discuss that quite at length, because that's very, very important to present things online with that buyer mindset so that the end customer is going to take the action that you want them to take. Social networking. Everybody's talking about social networking. MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, and so forth. How does that all relate to your dealership? How can you take the power of that and use it to your advantage? Search engine marketing. Again, how can you get your the biggest thing the internet does is it allows a small mom-and-pop operation to be a huge operation with the power of the internet. And I've seen it in particularly with auto dealers and eBay, and where I live here in the southern tier of New York, just over the border, there's a small rinky-dink Chevy dealership that is selling 30 to 40 cars a month just on eBay. And so that's the power of the internet. That's what the internet allows. And they probably wouldn't even sell that many cars in the local market. And so that's why the power of the internet is where it's at. Search engine marketing. So we go over search engine marketing. We talk about that. We talk about pay-per-click campaigns, different things that you can do for Google and for the search results and so on and so forth. The photo and video, we go through that. Descriptions in the photo. I mean, that's what it's all about. If you want to generate sales on the internet, you need to know how to effectively list your units online so that those units actually do some of the selling for you. The description, very important part of your listings. We go into that part. Live chat, that's another one for a way of interacting with your online viewers, people that come to your website. You can offer to actually engage them and talk about specific units. How to handle internet leads. It's very, very critical, very important. How do you really effectively handle internet leads? How are you handling them? What is the contact manager program that you're using as a follow-up for it? Internet leads, I will say this, internet leads are to be taken just like that person has walked into your dealership. If you are not giving those internet leads that much attention as if that person was in your dealership, then you are losing business. And your competition is taking your business. Closing sales over the phone. This is a very important thing for internet selling, primarily for people who are out of your area. If you're looking to sell units to people who are of great distance away, who are even overseas, you need to know how to close that deal over the phone and get the deal done. eBay Motors listing. When I was talking about the small dealership with the auto thing, let me tell you folks, boats on eBay Motors, when you consider how many boats there are in the country that are for sale right now, and you look at eBay Motors, and eBay Motors averages about 1,600 to 2,000 boats listed at a time, any given time. That is a very minute amount of boats compared to what's really available in the marketplace. And so it's a huge opportunity for somebody, for any dealer, to get on board with that and really start taking advantage of eBay Motors. And eBay in and of itself is a massive, massive lead generator for your dealership. And I go into that when we do our training. Email campaigns. Again, how are you contacting your people that you already have email addresses for, letting them know about sales specials and so on and so forth. We get into that. Traffic reports. Very critical. These reports, you want to know who, what, where, when, and why. Everything that's going on with your website. Monthly reports. Everything that's going on with your website. Everything that's going on with your boats.com traffic. Or if you have iBoats or whatever. All those other portal sites. All that data. Any pay-per-click campaigns, all that data. I mean, it's massive. At the end of the month, a dealership that is really using the internet effectively and has a big operation going with the internet and is using it right will have a massive amount of data at the end of the month that they report to the higher people. Dealer risk. What do you do with the internet? You have logins, you have passwords. One of the most important things about that I talk about is eBay Motors. Internet selling. The biggest and most important thing that people can keep in mind about selling over the internet is credibility. Credibility is a massive, massive thing. And if you lose your credibility, you're toast. And so I go over dealer risk. What happens if someone leaves your internet department? If your internet manager leaves, what's the dealer to do? And so we go over that stuff. If you have any questions or comments, email me, call me, and I'm going to do another video and let you know who I am and why I'm important to your dealership.